PK, you're not going to be in this shot. Hi. So, today, I am going to be making a cat bed. So, let's get started. So, this is the cat bed I made before. It's just a box, and as you can tell by how dirty it is, it gets a lot of love. So, my cousin, who's getting married next year, her and her fiance have 2 little kittens. Well, my kitten, my cat, wants to be a part. So I am making them a cat bed. But I'm doing a bit more of an advanced pattern this time. So let's get working on that. So this is my basic idea. And so I'm not sure how the pattern's gonna actually work, so I'm gonna make a paper mock-up. This is by far the most complicated pattern I have ever worked with. I don't normally use patterns because that's just not how my brain works, but for this I figured this needs to be symmetrical and square, I guess, so my brain's hurting and I'm covered in marker. Oh, this is gonna take a minute. So I don't have the patience or I don't have enough sewing experience or skill to make this work. So I'm just going back to Old Faithful, 2 equally sized, and then an equally sized strip all the way around. So I just finished sewing this. Let's see if it turns inside out, if I made the hole big enough, if the stitches survive. Please don't break. So far, so good. Coming out of frame. And you wonder why, and I wonder why I've not been doing stuff like recording the actual progress, because this is what the video turns out like. Terrible cinematography. This is really just a POV. You're struggling to turn a cat bed inside out. Okay. It worked. Now to stuff it. So I've got my bag of, I honestly don't know what's in here, but it's gonna be terrible sound as well. I am not a professional. Let's see. I'll just use this and rip it up. But I realized I don't know when I'm gonna be able to post this, because it's supposed to be a surprise gift. And they're getting married sometime in 2024. I don't know if I necessarily thought this through. It could just be an early gift. That might be what I end up doing. But now's a good time to, talk about what's going on with me. So, I finished high school. I graduated, thankfully. And I am figuring out my next step. I want to do something with acting because I had so much fun doing that in school, and people think I'm good at it. But I also wanted to talk about my struggles with projects, because it hasn't been easy for me to work on stuff because of a bunch of different problems. One of them being I have what the neurodivergent community I think calls AAA. So I have anxiety, ADHD, and autism. So I will hyperfixate on a project, and then as soon as it doesn't go my way, I'll stop working on it for up to years. Like, I started this project, I think at the start of high school. So it wasn't this project that I started at the beginning of high school. It was the cosplay I'm going to be talking about later. This I started today. Maybe before COVID happened. I don't know, I'll have to check, but I struggle with not getting things done on the first try, which is why I'm happy I decided to just finish this project in a day. This probably took me less than an hour so far. But it's a real problem, and I haven't found a way to deal with it. So if you guys have similar issues, let me know how you guys deal with it. But I'm working on my cosplay right now. But I've taken a break from that because one, I don't know why I took the break originally, but slowly started working on that again. My problem is, despite having aphantasia, I have these grandiose ideas in my head of what I want a project to turn out like, and if it doesn't, I get really upset at the project. And I don't even know if I trust my family's opinion with my projects, because I don't know if they're just saying, oh, this is good because they're my family, they have to say that sort of thing. But ooh, this is gonna be a nice bed. I'm gonna have to keep it away from my cats. I just don't know. And another one of my problems is, which I don't know if it's a problem, but another struggle I have is my interests are so vast when it comes to creating that I feel like I'm just mediocre at everything, but I do everything. So I feel like I'm mediocre at painting, at sewing, at sculpting, at drawing, but I do all of that. So I don't know. I want to know if you guys create stuff. I want to know what struggles you guys have with it. But yeah, I'm gonna finish stuffing this. Just gonna need a little bit more, and then I think we're done with it. So I finished stuffing it. One last thing I'm gonna add, have to be careful of what I show you guys, is old, like, delivery plastic, because I'm trying to limit the amount of that in, like, that gets wasted. And at least my cats, I don't know about most cats, but they really like the texture of it. So it's also a good alternative to if you don't have stuffing. Just cut up bits of plastic and use that. So I am going to finish stuffing, and then I'll show you guys the finished product. So here's the final project. I just did a quick stitch on the sewing machine to close it. I don't really care if it looks that neat or not, because I'm honestly tired of this project, and it's only been, I don't know, less than an hour of working on it. But other than this corner, I am really happy with how the other ones turned out. And if you listen, you can hear the plastic, which I did on the other 2 cat beds I made. And they seem to really like it. So yeah, Anna and Jacob, if you see this video somehow, I'm sorry your surprise is spoiled, because I think I'm gonna end up posting this today. But yeah, I'm not gone. I'm just trying to create stuff and seeing if I have energy to record. And now I get to clean up this mess. See you guys.